up? I'm muchellebyt, and in this video I want to talk to personal style and how to develop and define your own. So my personal style story. Defining my style has literally been on my to-do list for years. Like, I'm talking forever and a day. I googled how to define your personal style, like probably once every month or so. So the more that I googled, the more that I became convinced that people with defined styles were just like these special creatures and no one could ever touch them. Like, what am I saying? I felt like people who had defined styles were just like above me. I was like, I will never be at that level. So as a lot of you, if not all of you know, I started the KonMari process of decluttering my whole life in 2016. So naturally, by decluttering my whole life, the whole problem of not having a defined personal style arose from the ashes. And about 6 months later, after going through the KonMari process, I can confidently say that I feel like I have a defined personal style. So the first thing that I did before I actually cleaned out my closet, I don't even know if I showed it in my KonMari process video, is I picked a color scheme. So the core colors that I chose to keep in my wardrobe were grey, black, white, and nudes and pinks. Honestly, the choice to have a color palette wasn't even like a structured idea for me. It was just literally before I was cleaning out my closet, I was like, hey, you know, I should probably think about that whole defining my personal style thing. Oh, I'm gonna keep these colors because I know they work for me and they're easy to mix together. Mix together. I recommend starting from the basic core colors, like the grays, like the blacks, like the nudes, and maybe working your way up from there. So my second suggestion to those that are struggling is a Pinterest board. And if you've watched any personal style videos, you'll probably be like, give me something original. But there is like a legit reason why so many people praise Pinterest for mood boards. It can be a really valuable tool when you're trying to create those things like a mood or a vibe or a style. But to give you a bit more specific advice, find 2 to 4 outfits that you're just like, yes, these images capture everything that I want my personal style to be. So those 2 to 4 images are now the base for your whole Pinterest board. Visually, every single image that you put on your board should now match those 2 to 4 images that you originally chose. If you do that, your board won't be a big jumbled mess of random images that you feel. It'll be like a really curated, matchy, flowy board of inspiration that you can draw from for your personal style. So I actually have a Pinterest board that I've done this with. I'll link it down below. I do sometimes go through it and I actually cull images and I'm like, that does not fit at all. And you should also be making this Pinterest board with your color scheme in mind. Another thing that you can get from this Pinterest board is a base for the items that you should have in your wardrobe. There are a lot of things in that Pinterest board that I found I was like, I don't actually have that very like basic piece that I probably should have in my wardrobe. So I went out and bought it. Not to encourage splurging on items just because you've pinned it to your mood board, but it can be a good place to get more ideas for things that you need to start integrating into your wardrobe to create the style that you want. So the next thing that I recommend you do is cull. And I feel like you all knew that this was coming somewhere. I have a whole playlist on doing the Marie Kondo life-changing magic of tidying up, and I recommend if you are going to start culling any aspect of your life, you start with that book. Creating some guidelines for yourself can be a good way to just like keep you in check. Make sure that you're not just purchasing things on a whim. Like for me, everything that I buy needs to be able to mesh with another piece of my wardrobe. So I need to be able to think of like multiple items in my wardrobe that this new item will flow with. Everything that I buy should be comfortable and should fit me well. And everything that I buy should obviously be within my color scheme that I've already created. I don't know, 1 year ago me would have just been like, yeah, that's cute, I'm gonna buy it. Whereas me now goes like, okay, yeah, that's a cute piece, but does it actually fit with my style and fit with the vibe that I have now created? So those are some of the steps that I took to get to the point that I'm at. Like, I've never felt this much clarity around my style. I think if I could recommend one thing above all, it would be xoxo, the life-changing magic of tidying up. I feel like it has had a massive impact. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Follow me on Instagram, do all of that stuff. It's all linked down below, and I will see you soon. Oh, and I appreciate you so much. To surround yourself with only the things that bring you joy to help you establish the life that you want. Choose what you want to keep,